Ooh. Chapter 2, Section 2, Slope of a line. I think I divided this into 2 sections. Slope is the steepness of a line or the rate of change. So how steep that line is. In story problems, it's rate of change or any unit rate. So like speed, that is your slope because it is a rate. Slope is a ratio of vertical change to horizontal change. So how much it changes going up and down compared to going side to side. And rate of change is the same thing. Notice the same thing. The triangle means difference. So difference in y, difference in x. So if you ever see that. To find the slope, choose 2 points on a line and compare their vertical rise and their horizontal run. It is rise over run. Change in y over change in x. So in this line here, your rise over your run. Your rise is your up and down. So choose any 2 points. How many units up or down? Well, this is 2 units up because it's up is positive. Your run is how many over? It's 1 over. And then you simplify that fraction. Your slope is 2. Slope can be written as improper fractions, integers. Sometimes it is a percent. Sometimes it's a decimal. Those would be in story problems if it is a certain rate. All right, so there's positive slope and negative slope. If your slope runs up to the right like this, that is considered a positive slope. If it runs down to the right, it is a negative slope. If it is a vertical line, it's undefined slope. If it's a horizontal line, your slope is 0, the number 0. So there are a couple ways to remember that. One of these is slope man. So if you create this face, a line that runs like this is positive. A line that runs like this is negative. A vertical line is undefined. A horizontal line is 0. So if you can remember that face, it will help you to remember positive, negative, undefined, and zeros. Another way to remember it is slope dude. He's skiing. If he's going uphill, puff, 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 because he's really exerting himself, it's positive. If he's going downhill, oh, it's nice, it's fast, right in my face, just kind of sit back and let gravity take over, that's negative. Oh, it's nice. If it is a flat piece of land, it is 0 fun. So that slope is the number 0. If it is a vertical line, uh-oh, he's dead. It's undefined. He just fell off the cliff. So actually, this is the one how I usually remember. So just so you know, if you hear me say it. All right. Slope is the steepness of a line, also called pitch, rate of change between y and x. Y is first because y is on top. Y is your numerator. So slope is your rise over your run. Slope is also the change in y over your change in x. So you're looking at this, your slope is your y change. In this instance, it is up 1, 2, 3, 4 over your x change. Exchange 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You reduce it, it's 2/3. The other way you can do it is using the equation. Change in y, these are your y's. -1 minus 3 over your change in x's. -2 minus 4. Add the opposites, -4. Add the opposites, -6. Negative divided by negative is positive. Reduce it, 2/3. You have the same answer. This you can use if you have a graph. This one you have to use if you just have points. But we'll get to example. All right, so first look at this one. Tell me, do you think it's a positive slope or a negative slope? So if you're using the math face, it's this way, so it's a positive slope. If you're using the guy skiing, puff, 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 it's so hard to go uphill, positive. What is the slope? Because it's a graph, rise over run. So pick any 2 points where it actually crosses like an intersection. So here is an intersection, here is an intersection, here is an intersection, here is an intersection. So it doesn't matter which one, choose any 2. So I'm going to choose this one. So I'm going to go like this. My rise is 1. My run is 1. That simplifies to 1. My slope is 1. Okay, is this positive or negative? And what is the slope? You try and do this one. Hopefully you've hit paused. Okay, so hopefully you said negative and -1. So it's negative because he's going down the hill. It's nice and easy skiing downhill. Or if you did the slope guy, it's this type of line, so it's a negative. What is the slope? I already know it's negative, so I can put that there. I'm deleting that. Takes forever to erase. All right, so my rise is 1, my run is 1. So 1 over 1 equals 1. I know it's negative, so I put my negative. Or I know if I'm going up, it's positive. If I'm going to the left, it's negative. So you can look at it that way too. Okay, positive or negative slope. Actually, it's neither. He fell down the cliff and oh my goodness, he's in a lot of trouble. So it's undefined. Slope, undefined. Okay, let's look at that one. What do you think? Okay, so horizontal line. Man, this is no fun. Your slope is 0. Slope is 0, so it's neither positive nor negative. Slope is 0 because it's a horizontal line. So obviously, man, this is no fun. I remembered it because of slope guy. But it's a horizontal, so it's 0. Okay. When asked to graph a line given a slope and a point, identify the change in y, the number of the slope. Locate the given point. If the slope is positive, you're moving up. If it's negative, you're moving down. Identify the change in x, the denominator of the slope. From where you stopped, up or down. If you move to the right, it's positive. If you move to the left, it's negative. So we'll have example on the next page, but before then, okay, so you start with your point. If your slope is -2/3, that means you go, this is your rise, this is your run. This is negative, so I'm going to go down 2. This is positive, so I'm going to go to the right 3. Okay, or if it's -2/3, you could put a 2 and -3, right? So I'm going to start here. I'm going to do +2, so that's up 2. -3 means to the left 3. So there's where my other point would be if I want to go the opposite direction. And that would help me to create my line. So if it's a positive numerator, I'm going to go up. If it's a negative numerator, I'm going to go down. If it's a positive denominator, I'm going to move to the right. If it's a negative denominator, I'm going to move to the left. Each other. All right. So you have points off to the side. 3 points make a line. So one's already there. Your other 2, you're going to have to left click and drag them where they go. Okay, your slope is -1, 3. It's rise over run. So you start on the point. My rise is -1, so it means I'm going down 1. Well, I don't want to put that dot there because it doesn't go there. So I'm going down 1. Now I need to do run of 3. That's positive, so I'm moving to the right. 1, 2, 3. There's where one of my points goes. So I've dragged it over here. Okay, now same thing. I'm starting here. And my rise is -1, so that means down 1. My run is 3, so I'm going to the right 3 because that's positive. And there's my other blue dot. And then I go to the top where it says insert. And then I look down, and one of those options is line. I click on it, and I find the line that I want it to be. And I insert a line in Google. All right, so now we're ready for my green ones. So I start here because that was the one I was given. My rise is -1, so that means down 1. My run is +3, so that means to the right 3. Okay, I'm on the edge of my graph, so I can't go down again. So I'm going to go back to my original, and I'm going to do the opposite. So -1/3 is the same as 1 over -3. So my rise is going to be +1, and my run is going to be -3 this time. So I've moved my dots there. I am going to create a line using the line in Google Classroom. And what do you notice about those two lines? Hopefully you notice that they are parallel. All right, so here's some review things. What's the slope of a horizontal line? Horizontal line, man, that is no fun, 0. Or if you're thinking of slope man, that's his mouth. What is the slope of a vertical line? Uh-oh, he just fell off a cliff. We do not know what happened to him. That is undefined. Or if you're thinking of slope man, that's his nose. To find slope on a graph, rise over run. So I know you're typing it, so you use the backslash because you can't write a fraction. Rise over run, if you could write. And that's it. I would think there's got to be a quiz coming up because that is 2 sections, I think. So quiz should be coming up.